winning their opener as Dylan Freechild gets a nice knockdown right. Emmons in the end zone, and that one's going to be caught by Rasmussen for the first goal.
Reed Bacon, Dylan Larberg, Ted Barnett coming up.
This one's going to be deep down the field and knocked down. Nice play by Chris Larberg. He'll dump it back off to Steven Dureau. Christensen again looking deep in the end zone, and that one's going to be caught for the score. Chris Larberg kind of got in the way. That was going to be sent deep into the end zone, and a catch is going to be made. And there is the link. To Polos. Polos with a tomahawk, sending it over the top. And there is Freystetter, but he sends that one way too far in the end zone.
He did a great job following the play so he could have that continuation.
And there's that duo from San Jose that are really...
My high release is like his regular back.
That was sent into the end zone. Who's going to come up with it? And a nice play. So the Cannons get another shot at it. CJ Clark unable to make that play. Mickle ends up with the interception. We'll send it back to Freechild. Forward to Laurie. Emmons has it now on the far side.
1 minute, 30 seconds.
Dumps it back off to Laurie. Mickle now in the end zone to Austin Jackson. We're back underway after the timeout. We're going to give it to Cassidy Rasmussen. He's going to send it deep looking for Mickle. Mickle in the end zone makes the play. Jimmy Mickle lays out. They're working it a little bit better right now as Rasmussen deep. This one's going to be caught just in front of the end zone by Gibson, and he will find
Kyle. I'm glad we can talk.
This one's going to be in the end zone, and the play is going to be made for the Cannons' third goal of the game.
Wasn't it?
It's a lot of fun to play. I remember one of my favorite memories is playing spike ball with some buddies on the beach as Kittredge is going to be looked for in the end zone, and he will dive and make the play in the back of the end zone. Oh, Kittredge, as he hands the disc to a lucky fan that he landed. Almost skimming the ground. This one's going to be sent deep looking for Cassidy Rasmussen. A little bit of contact in the end zone, and Rasmussen comes up with it. What a play, one-handed on the dive.
That
He'll never know, right? Until he watches our game on YouTube as Mickle's going to send it deep looking for Slack in the back of the end zone. And that one's going to be caught. Don't want to jinx anything.
Braden Malachek with one of his signature flick hucks.
And that one's going to be easily in the end zone for Kurt Gibson.
On offense.
They're going to send it deep. And there's going to be a defensive play not made because Freystetter was right there to catch the rebound, and that'll end up in a score. He's had a couple incredible throws so far. He's going to send it forward to Costello. Costello looking for Kittredge in the end zone, and he'll be out of the reach of the Cannon defender for another Roughnecks score. Working it, Freystetter now.
5 minutes left in the half.
Freystetter's going to send that one deep in the end zone. That one's going to be snagged in the end zone by Travis Catron.
That was a great grab.
Putting it up high and making the body. Chris Gibson able to make that play, sending it deep in the end zone, and that play will be made. They'll send it back farther into the end zone. They're going to send it way deep over all of the Dallas defense except
Still in
for
the air.
Larberg, but Freystetter's going to clean up the deflection, and he'll send it deep in a terrible. Oh, and another turnover, this time in dangerous position, and the Roughnecks will take advantage of it with the goal to Slack. A little bit of contact there. The play was made as Paulos is going to send it in the end zone for Freystetter for the 10th goal of the game.
It's true.
So he's going to send that one deep all the way for Kirk Gibson as he's going to catch it right before the end zone. He'll have to step right back out. Rasmussen on the right side, he's going to send it in the middle instead.
I can usually sleep the night before.
All right, thank you so much and good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
So Jacksonville with the disc again, and they will get the first goal of the second half, opening the scoring here. Kittredge methodically working the disc upfield. And in the corner of the end zone, there's going to be a score for Bo Kittredge. This one coming from Ted Barnett. Beautiful pull all the way back in the Jacksonville end zone. Right in that back corner. There's going to be a turnover in the end zone. Dallas with a big opportunity here. If they can complete a couple passes, get into that end zone, make it a 9-point advantage. That one's going to be knocked away. And another nice defensive play. Mickle was unable to come up with it. And another defensive play, this time from the Dallas end. Mac Jackson coming across and making a nice block.
It's a great crossbody tip there from Matt Jackson.
Jackson not wasting any time again, going deep and going up over the top. And making the play is Dylan Smith. And in the end zone, and another play, this time to Dylan Freechild. An incredible play from Dalton Smith. Gibson with a nice fake, keeping Adams off balance. As Marshall's going to send it deep, looking in the end zone, and that one's going to be caught for. They're looking deep.
Hunter poached, running deep.
That one's going to be knocked away, still in the air, but that one will fall. Having to work it back and forth, the Cannons are from keeping this, trying to keep this Dallas D off balance.
It's a great diving effort from Nick Hunter there.
90 seconds remaining in the quarter.
So a minute and a half remaining in the third quarter. Cannons still with possession, being very methodical in their movement of the disc. A little bit more open field now for the Cannons to work with.
Possession is key here. Up.
And they were able to take advantage of it for Kittredge with it. Back to Rasmussen. Trying to find Kittredge again, and another diving play just outside of the end zone. And he'll finish it off with the goal to Mickle. Up the field. I'm going to get one last shot at the end zone. Going up deep in the back of the end zone. Cannons versus Roughnecks, and the Roughnecks will come down with it. That time it was Dylan Larberg. Is this one's going to fall? No, it's not.
Great grab.
An incredible grab from the Cannons. Travis Catron on the play. Freystetter with it now. He gives it to Gibson. Gibson in the back of the end zone looking for Catron. And that Malachek's going to send it deep, looking for Mickle. Mickle's going to look for Kittredge in the back of the end zone, and there's an easy score for the Roughnecks to make it 26-13.
The players are adjusting to wind conditions.
Yeah, this one's going to be sent deep, looking in the end zone, and Freystetter is going to make the play. Start the offense again. You've seen this O-line out a couple times in a row, as this time they're looking for Gibson in the end zone. Gibson will go and grab it. Almost looked like he was going to jump, but it's for another great interview.
10 minutes remaining in the game.
Oh, and a nice deep from Mickle on the far side, as he was able to jump up and get his body in the way.
Great hand block.
So now the Roughnecks will regain possession. Working, try and switch fields, and a nice play on the defensive side of the disc from Sullivan, and he'll look to finish it off with the goal to Mickle. Mickle looking in a huge D. The ball, oh, and he made the play, but out of bounds. Defensive play gets possession back for the Roughnecks. Rasmussen with it now in the back of the end zone, and it's a blast to watch as this one's going to be sent deep in the end zone. Matt Jackson's going to go up and make the play. Prime scoring position. A nice fake to keep the defense off balance, and a play is going to be made by Dylan Freechild. He won't get in the end zone, but Jake Anderson will. Fans. That play's going to be knocked away, flying in out of nowhere. Be a couple yards back
1 minute.
And they'll still have another shot at scoring, and he will find Rasmussen in the end zone.